Oh, in this video we'll be spending 600,000 villain coins to see if we can get Shiny Madra. Oh man, bro, this game is basically just like tiny task simulator at this point, bro. If you don't macro, you're cooked. So yeah, let's go. So this is post-production. The recording here kind of got corrupted. So instead, yeah, skip the intro. Teacher I've had, I think this was back in 9th grade. Now my 9th grade teacher, this guy was not just bad. It was like weird. Like every time I think like about that class, it gives me secondhand embarrassment. Okay, so yeah. So I'm not claiming that he's like out of context. Like once you listen, you'll know which context I'm referring to. Not saying he's that, but this is borderline that. So instead of doing like the one thing that he's supposed to do, to teach, this dude would spend the entire class sitting on this one girl's armchair. Like, if you know what an armchair looks like, I'll put a picture like on the screen. Now, okay, he would sit on the desk where they're supposed to write on. And mind you, if you're sitting on that chair, the teacher's ass is in front of you. Okay? Now, he's not standing like to help with the work. There is no work. He doesn't teach. He's not walking around the classroom. He would just sit there for most of the period doing nothing but chat with her. And before you say like, oh, it happened once, like twice max. Nah. It's every time we had a class with him. Every single time. Okay? Okay? And no, it happened enough to the point that almost everyone had the same assumption of him, bro. Okay. So it was not just me who thought like he was a weirdo. My classmates would also like look at each other and like say like, bro, you see this? And they would talk about it like after his classes ended. And yeah, no one really knows what to say about that because it's a damn teacher. So yeah, and somehow like that part is not even the weirdest part. Okay, randomly, on a random Wednesday, pulled up to class with this whole gaming setup. Okay, and showed us his Genshin account instead of doing anything but doing his job. Right. Showed us his Genshin account. Now, that time Genshin Impact was popular. I think that was like 2020-ish. Like 2021, 2022, right? But his account, shit bro, was literally maxed out lolly characters. Yeah, Now, I'm running out of words here. Now that's weird. Okay? My classmates who actually play Genshin knows that those characters don't work together. Now, I'm not saying anything. But it's weird that the only 5 like kid-looking characters at the time was all in his team, fully decked out, maxed out. Bro, we spent so much money just to absolutely max the living hell out of those lollies. Okay? And if you combine that with everything we've seen, that is not a good impression. No. And then the last thing also was every time during the end of classes, his attitude is different. He acted like depending on who he was talking to. Okay. When he's talking to let's say like some younger elementary school students, his whole personality changes. He becomes like energetic, gets a higher pitch. He enjoys the attention. Okay? And I'm not saying I don't know. I'm not saying I know why. But it's just from the perspective of a student watching this, it's weird. Like, I don't think he's a good teacher. My lasting impression of him is, then how did the kids not even notice his own like behavior? And at the very least, that guy barely even taught us anything. Instead of learning with our classes, watching our teacher hang out with one of the students and like leave everyone just basically free time, except for that one student. And judging conversations I had with old classmates, yeah, everyone has the same opinion about him, bro. And yeah, the teacher's like extremely weird. Yeah. So that's the story. So yo, yeah, we got absolutely nothing from that. Got one Itachi, but that he wasn't even shiny, and no shiny mythics also. So yeah, that's it. I'm disappointed, and bye. Subscribe.